Hey everyone, welcome back. So this weekend, my husband and I spent a ton of time finishing out our fall garden, and I'm happy to say we did just that. I actually got this planted late last night. I did film some of the process and I want to share some of the details. So let me actually sit down for a second and tell you some of that. So where do I begin? Let me actually start with why we built this. We have this dead tree, which is right over here. I don't know if you can see it or not in the frame. We need to get it out of our yard here pretty soon. We started the process a few months ago and we can't finish it until the rest of the garden starts to die back. And I originally had planned to plant all this stuff out in the original garden. One, I'm actually glad I didn't because I don't think I would have been able to plant as much. And two, now I have an even bigger garden space for 2021, which is great. We did have to build this little perimeter around it because we have an English bulldog that has no sense of manners or boundaries. This was definitely a must for us. This is kind of where we started the project after tilling it. We tilled this bed 4, maybe 5 times within the last month just to make sure that we had every single weed, or hopefully every single weed, out. So the perimeter we actually had to dig down into the ground. Parts we had to dig about 10 inches deep. This ground is very uneven, unfortunately, and we wanted to make this as even as possible. So we did that, which was honestly probably the longest part of this entire process. Let me tell you, this took about 4 or 5 hours on Saturday alone, just by having to dig out all the way around it, measure out all the wood. Once we got the first layer on though, the second layer was very, very easy to get on. So then yesterday, my husband finished up everything while I was pickling. This weekend felt like I was a full-blown homesteader. I harvested so much, which, speaking of, we had 101 cucumbers last week. That equaled out to be 24 pounds. I got 24 quarts of pickles just from last week alone. I've been pickling like a mad woman. While I was doing that, my husband was finishing this. He went ahead and tilled it one more time, made sure it was completely leveled out, and then he actually moved a lot of the dirt. So even though it looks even, that's about 3 inches of mulch. So there's a lot more dirt in each area than where the mulch is, which is obviously great. So I actually planted out the entire garden last night. I've had all of my started plants hardening off for the last week. If you don't know what hardening off is or why it's important, all it is bringing your plants outside for periods of time before planting them. And in my environment, that's very, very important. Kansas is very windy, and I actually don't think I've ever mentioned this. I live in 6B, so our expected frost date is right around the 15th of October. As of today, I believe that gives us roughly 9 more weeks of growing time. I am also planning on covering all of these. I did end up losing, I think it was 3 or 4 romaine lettuce plants, which is fine because my original plan, I had 1 more row and we couldn't make that happen. I've been having issues with black caterpillars all in this area over here where I had all my starts. I think I found them all, fingers crossed. I have absolutely no idea. And I'm sure you guys can hear our neighbor's rooster going absolutely crazy. We live in this city and we're not supposed to even have roosters or anything, and our neighbor has had this rooster for years. They've had it for years. I don't mind it because I want chickens, but he's feeling loud right now. But anyway, I planted out broccoli, cabbage, iceberg lettuce, romaine lettuce, butter crunch lettuce, bok choy, snow peas, spinach, and carrots. Looks like everything did really well overnight. It is still pretty early in the morning right now, so I'm gonna get everything watered again. Soil's keeping moisture, which is great. So this is my very first fall garden ever. I've never fully planned this out, so I'm very, very excited about this. I think I'm mostly excited about cabbage and bok choy. Bok choy has become one of my new favorites over the summer. I just absolutely love bok choy. It's amazing in stir fries, so if you haven't tried it, definitely do so. But I'm just rambling at this point. I just wanted to share with you guys my new fall garden space. So let me actually give you guys a little up close tour, and then I'll show you a few other things. So we have carrots here, spinach here, snow peas, of course, because why else would I have a trellis? Bok choy, which all of this I direct seeded last night. And then we have romaine, which is these 4, and then butter crunch, which is like the last 8 or 9. Then over here, we have all of the iceberg lettuce. We have all the cabbage, and then also all the broccoli. So if I remember right, these starts are right around maybe 6, possibly 7, potentially 8 weeks old. Another new thing in the garden that you guys have not seen, we built another trellis. So we were gonna rush and get beds on each of these sides to grow more cucumbers, but that thing's still producing. I might rip it out and get more cucumbers. I don't know. Honestly, I'm honestly kind of over cucumbers. Back to this. So this right here, I actually had a better idea. So this gets so much sun, this area right here. And I actually think it'd be really cool to build a trellis tunnel that goes all the way back to the fence and fill this with all different types of melons. I want to plant loofahs next year, and I think this will be a really fun project for 2021, considering this is probably going to be our last big project for this year's garden. Only other thing I need to show you guys really is the trellis over here is starting to dwindle down. It's getting pretty scarce on this side, starting to get pretty scarce throughout the inside as well. We are still getting quite a bit of cucumbers, but you may see they're starting to get a little odd shaped, at least some of them are. Oh geez, I missed those yesterday. Let me go ahead and get these. All right, nothing like a random 8 cucumbers. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this morning's rambles and enjoyed seeing my fall garden area. If you're planning to go fall garden, please let me know in the comments below what you are gardening. If you liked this video and would like to support my channel, please give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. It really helps me out. I will see you guys all next time. Thanks for joining. Bye.